The genocide started when we were staying there and going to school in Kigali. I remember that our school, where most of the place where we used to go to school was like over a hill, and that's where most of I think the soldiers were there. They were fighting, and we were right in the middle. The shooting were mostly coming towards us. We were in the middle, and the soldiers in the country fighting the soldiers who are trying to enter the country. So it's sort of, we're caught in the middle. So basically the shooting was going on every day, all day. I didn't realize it was 100 days because I thought it felt so much longer than that. Through that time, I stayed in a house. There was 5 of us. So 2 of my brothers, one went with one auntie, and another went with another auntie, and then I stayed in my uncle's house. I had 2 with my mum, so everybody just spread everywhere. And by this time, I didn't know if anyone was alive or anyone was going to survive. It was sort of just kind of, you're just scared scared for your family, scared you're going to see anyone again. Everything that's going on in my mind is, God help us, save my mom, save my brothers, save, I'm just scared for them. I got to a point where I wasn't really scared for myself, because I sort of didn't really care either way. So it's sort of like, whatever happens, happens. The bullets were being shot every day, so anytime you can get hit and die, or anything can happen. But you didn't really think about it. I didn't really think about it for myself anymore. It was more like I just need somebody to tell me that my mom, my brothers, that they're safe. Will I see them again? When the war stopped, when they stopped fighting, and the soldiers came into the country, the Rwandan soldiers now, it was kind of silent. Everything was silent. So it went from like really, really loud and noisy every day to complete silent. Not even a bird, nothing, just complete silent. And it was silent that it was bad silent. So I knew that there was bad things to come, still bad news. There was loads of people dead. So there was nothing good about the silent. We soon got news that my brother was okay. My brother, who left with one of my daddy's sister, was okay. He was staying with my auntie, and then the one auntie who left with the other brother there was no news about her or her husband or her children or my brother. So that was my brother who's after me, and for him it was just like nothing. So he was gone. Because my mum and my grandma and my auntie and her son were all staying in the same house. They were all together. We went back as well to the house where they were. People told us that they were all killed. Not in the same place, it says, but different places. But definitely people saw people who did it. I went with my auntie Maria, who lives in London. When we went back together, we found the house. It was just kind of abandoned. I couldn't accept it for a while because I just thought, how can everybody just go at the same time, and just die at the same time? When you go through a war, genocide, or when you lose your family, it just changes your ways of thinking. It changes your life, the way I see things, the way I think. The genocide had an impact on all of it. It still has an impact on all of it. I couldn't see life the same way again. I've got really good auntie who, is the one who helped me come here, and her husband and my cousins, they're all great. But when I first come to London, to England, and I was kind of still grieving, I couldn't see, I could appreciate them and everything, but I was still kind of grieving and sort of thinking, I'm still alone. There must be somebody, somebody who can give me an understanding of why things have happened, why people just decided to kill each other and kill my mom, kill, my family, and kill other people's families. It wasn't just mine, but, why? That was my question, and I couldn't get an answer from people. I couldn't get an answer from anywhere, really. So I asked God again. I can't say why God didn't stop it. I can understand why he didn't stop it, but I need God in my life, in my future. I can't cope with life without God. So that was my conclusion, and that's why I became a Christian. And I feel like God gave me the understanding is that people are just people, and they will do what they want, And these people were not people of God. They didn't do it because God told them to do it. They just murdered people because they wanted power, or they wanted, they thought they would be richer, or they thought they would gain what the other people, what people had. It was just kind of evil act because of selfishness, just evil desires. So I think God give me the strength to sort of like move on from the past and sort of see the past in a different way, and just realize, although I can't get justice now, but God is able to give me justice, to bring justice for all of us who have lost people, and who have struggled and suffered in this life. Jesus Christ heals the hurt and gives us the strength to forgive people and to love people, and to be able to just live life to the fullest without having to live in our past. Saying that I forgive is really, really important, because it was important for me to say I forgive, really mean it from my heart, that I forgive the people who killed my family, because I can be able to move forward. For anybody who is still angry, even those Rwandan people who are still angry at the people who killed their family, if you don't forgive, you just allowing them to control your life and destroy your life as well as your family's life. And forgiveness is just for, it will bless you, and it will bring you more joy, and it will be just, it will be for your own good.